Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Business Tax Advisor and Coaching Program. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be part of your, I call it journey, whether you're starting in your business or perhaps you're already maybe a few years into it, but have realized that, well, things could be sometimes difficult and that we always going to need some way, somehow, some people in our team, as I call it, as we build our team, because a lot of people think that, well, we start a business and we have to have employees. That's not true. I mean, we can have outsiders, I call them, right? People like myself that we're good at what we do in our field and we're willing to share knowledge and skills because I believe we learn from all of us. So anyhow, just a brief introduction. Like I said, thank you for purchasing the initial package. That should have come with a different podcast to help you get you started. For some of you, again, this is Liz Soria. I am your, tax advisor, accountant, and also your business coach. And I'm here to help you. That's really what it comes down to. And again, I believe there's certain things that you might be able to help me to because we all learn from each other, as I said earlier, right? So anyhow, part of the package should have included, there were about, I think, like 3 or 4 series of podcasts, which are probably recorded and only for obviously people like, you as a new client to be able to listen to. And the first one, as I'm going down to my list here, is why being an entrepreneur is the best option, okay? Because a lot of times I know we kind of scratch our heads and we wonder, am I making the right choice here? Because it's scary. Sometimes it's scary to go on your own, especially if you have come from working for many years as an employee and now having to confront all the good and the bad that runs a business, right? But the good thing is I want you to feel comfortable. I want you to feel that there's support. And I think it's such an important aspect of being successful. I know because when I started, I kind of felt a little bit lonely, where I didn't have that much of a team. And I realized as the years were going by that without it, I was not going to be as successful as I am now. So again, I want to share all these things with you. And this is part of the reason why I created this small package to really help entrepreneurs like you. So that's the number one podcast that you can get. The second one has to do, which is really interesting, the legal tax entities, okay? Again, by law, I cannot discuss in detail anything that's related to, in the legal terms, right? Because I'm not an attorney, to what type of entity you should be obtaining. However, I can discuss about the things that have to do with the other side, or call it the flip side of the other coin, which is taxes. And a lot of us don't realize, but you know what? We are always, mentalized that we have to go out there and make money. And don't get me wrong, we all need to make money, folks. But the reality is that we need to know how to save money. We need to know how to invest money, right? And part of why we create a business is because we want to have more freedom. We want to be able to spend that extra time with our families, our spouses, our girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever it is, or neighbors, or perhaps you want to do some volunteer work, whatever it is your desire that you want to do with that extra time, that's totally up to you. But isn't it nice to know that you're building something for yourself, that you're able to expand and hopefully even hire in the future more people, or you already have some people, but you want to expand and then be able to have that extra time for you, even if it's only for you because you might be single. Either way, I mean, we all have different choices in life, right? So again, this is part of the package also. We have the second series, which is called, like I said, the legal tax and entity. By the way, I wanted to bring up with this video that there's a second update. So it's really important that you listen to that second update. And it has to do with the Trump changes. As you probably some of you are already aware, and if you're not, there's been a lot of tax bracket changes with the C corporation, because like for example now I discussed about the fact that the C corp, one of the big benefits that they have besides bringing foreign investors into the company, if that's what you're interested, or you want to make it into a public company and sell stocks and maybe raise some capital for the business, is that there was a up to 35% of taxes on a C corp. Well, that has completely changed. So that's why I created that second podcast, because I thought it was very important that I would make an update to that. And I want you to have the best information as you're making a savvy decision, if you have not decided yet which path or which entity is going to give you the greatest benefit. Because like I always say, it has to do with your plans, your future plans. So if you're planning of just being a sole entrepreneur, then that's all you want to be, then great. You might want to start as a sole proprietorship, like I mentioned on that podcast. Perhaps you're ready through that phase. You're ready to move up and have an entity. Then in that case, maybe you want to go for an S corp. Perhaps you want to have just a partnership. Maybe not. Maybe you want to go for a C corp. And again, with the C corp, the big changes with the new Trump laws as they took effect of this year is that we are going to have a flat tax rate of 21% only. Again, this is for the C as a Charlie corporation. So if you open up a company and it's a C corporation, you are going to be taxed only a maximum 21%. All right. Now, remember, again, it's a double tax. So you're going to be paying whatever remaining, assets or cash you will left through your P&L and your balance sheet. That is going to be taxable at 21%. Plus, it's going to go through your personal return where you're going to be taxed at your level. Okay. So I want to make that very clear. Again, it started where at the beginning, if you had like $50,000 on your C corp, you only pay 15%. So if you notice something, there's a catch-22 there. And by the way, they have not confirmed it yet 100%, but as far as I know, they are eliminating that 15%. So in other words, if you were starting a C corp, think about that for a moment, and you knew, or somehow the first 2-3 years, maybe you were making less than $50,000, right? And here's the situation: you were only paying 15%. That was a good deal. A lot of people didn't know about this strategy with the C corp. Well, now it's 21%, no matter how much you're making. So you could be making, $1,000 all the way up as high as you do, and you're still going to pay that flat 21% of C corp. Okay. Now, in regards to the LLC, like limited liability, whether you are an LLC or you are a partnership, which is a pass-through entity, remember, you don't pay taxes. Indeed, in the company funds of your profits, your nets, but you pay when you file your taxes. Again, Liz, make this clearer. Okay, what I'm trying to say is that if you ended up with $10,000 after your payroll, let's say, and all your expenses or cost of goods, and now you're going to be taxed on a 20% only, which is phenomenal. Okay, because a lot of you out there, you in a high bracket for whatever situation it was. Maybe you have, multiple companies, and you're bringing, income from different businesses, and you have maybe also you're still working full time, and you're making your salary through a different company, but you're starting your business on the side, and now you find yourself that as your income is going higher, you pay more taxes. So now the huge benefit with the Trump new changes is that if you are a partnership, if you are an S corporation, or you are, let me rephrase this very well, sole proprietorship, meaning that you're filing your C schedule and you do not have a business entity, you're still going to be taxed 20% out of your first, if you're single, $157,000 profit. Okay, so please don't think it's unlimited that you're going to be with a flat rate of 20%. Not at all. It's 20% on the first $157,000 and change if you're single. Now, if you're married and filing jointly, very important, okay, then that really more than doubles because you get $315,000. So the first combined $350,000, all you're going to pay is 20%, okay, for tax, which is phenomenal. All right. So again, I wanted to mention this in this video because I thought it was more important than just creating the video. The podcast separately. So again, please, this is an update and it has to do with the tax, formations and pass-through entities, whether it's a C Corp or whether it is an actual, S Corp. Okay. Now, the third podcast that I also created is called a Chart of Account, Bookkeeping and Tax Business Tips. Now, the COA stands for Chart of Account. And why is it crucial as a new business entrepreneur, or perhaps, again, you might be existing one, why you want to make sure that your books are set up professionally. And if it's not, then you can always hire someone else, to help you set it up, because that's why I've seen so many mistakes of companies thinking that, oh, it's not important, I'm going to create a template, it's fine, Liz, no, please don't. I want you, part of this program is to help you avoid some of those headaches and so many mistakes that sometimes can be, avoided. They really can be. So please, follow as much as you can my steps and my recommendations, and hopefully you avoid some of those, I call it pain in the necks. So you have these 3 podcasts, you have this video, and plus including this package, because I wanted to bring you so much value that I thought, what else can I bring to the table? And it's you really are getting about a good 30 minutes of phone consultation privately with me. So we're going to be able to discuss more in detail what your plans are. And again, whether you already started your business already, maybe you want to go through some changes, maybe your business model has changed. That could be very possible. Perhaps you want to get into a different type of business. Maybe you want to shut down what you have and start all over again. Whatever it is, take advantage of the 30 minutes consultation because this is going to really help. So thank you again. This is Liz. Sorry, until next time. Goodbye.